some ideas for cash flow ideas, which we've touched on a couple. But the main question I really want to ask you was, what's one of the least known ways to achieve a passive income from property that people often overlook or don't know? Now, you mentioned one great one there, the 2+2 with couples. You've got any other sort of golden nuggets at all?
Yeah. I would say that property sourcing, people think that that's too time intensive and that they can't do it, and they love the strategy so much, and there's an incredible amount of money to be made there, but because of the work involved, people shy away from it and don't do it as much. So I think property sourcing is a lucrative way of making money. It was very hot when I first started. There's a lot of people doing it, but I think a lot of people have sort of moved away from the idea, really. But I still think there's an opportunity there, because there's a lot of investors that are looking for great deals and all over the country. And if somebody just focused there and niched themselves in property sourcing and found a market of investors that are hungry for these deals, then if you put the 2 and 2 together, then they can make it somewhere in the region of 2 to 5K per deal, really, depending on where they pitch themselves.
I have a question for you, actually, because I've walked down this road of sourcing, so I've seen a couple of the issues that come up, and I think this will really help someone listening that's thinking of perhaps sourcing, which we're all doing anyway as investors, because we're all having to look for properties. So why not give the property that doesn't work for you to someone else? I think that's a great idea, and then make the 2,000 plus that you just mentioned there. And the question is this: so say you go into an estate agent, for example, and you find this property and you've done all the numbers and you can see that, you know, with a little bit of work it could be worth a lot more than what it's being sold at currently. How do you, well, my question is, what's a good way to tie up a deal with that's on with an estate agent? Because obviously estate agents, they make their money from the sale. So if you're saying, oh, hang on a minute, I'm not going to buy, it's going to be one of my clients or other investors, and they're thinking, oh god, here we go, you've got to wait ages and all these different things. What's some good tips to kind of tie up the deal with the estate agent? That's really the question.
Yeah, sure. There's 3 main questions that I ask estate agents every time I do a viewing, and I'll usually wait until I've done the viewing to ask these questions, and that's really because I want to build a rapport with the agent. I want to build a rapport with the person that's I'm going to be doing a viewing with. I will talk to them about anything else other than property sometimes, just to get a feel for who they are, because everyone's a person and we all know property is a people's business. So, you know, if you become likable, then you've overcome a great hurdle, because if the deal becomes available and it becomes a deal, or it's less than market value, then if the agent likes you, then they will come to you first, and that's what I find. And the 3 questions that I normally ask is, first is, how long has the property been on the market? The reason I ask that question is because I want to gauge an idea from the agent and from the market to see if it's on a specific price, whether the vendor has become more and more motivated to sell less than what they really wanted to achieve in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, and the longer the property has been on the market, the more and more the motivated the vendor gets.
Right.
And if they haven't had a sale, then they may take a low offer. And especially if you tell them that you've got the ability to purchase their property cash and you can complete within 30 days. Now, sometimes that may not be the case, but it's just a tool that you can use just to negotiate the deal, and then you've got to act on that fairly very quickly. And there's so many other different finance routes that you can use to purchase properties cash as well, which kind of help you. The other question I ask is, have they had any offers? And the reason I ask that is because if I'm thinking of coming in at a low offer, then I need to know what offers they've already had and what they've turned down, so not to put that offer in again. And I also would be concerned about spoiling my relationship with the agent, because if I were coming too low, then they may not want to entertain me again. So that's what I like to do, yeah, just to see what offers they've had already come in.
I think that's a great one, actually, because many times you might see, again, if you use the 100K example, you might see a house that's on at 100, you're looking at it getting it 25-30% below market value, and so you in your head you're already walking around thinking, well, if I could get this at 60, that would be fantastic. But really, I want to try and get it around 30. Sorry, I want to get it at 70,000.
Yeah.
And if I've been out there in the past and said to an agent, yeah, I want to get this at 70,000, they've just laughed like, there's no way you'd get that at that kind of price.
Yeah.
And so if they turn around to you and said, yeah, they've had a couple of offers, one silly offer, one offer that was a little bit below, wasn't too far off the asking price, but they turned it down. What would you say in that? What would be your response in that situation?
Well, if they've turned it down and they haven't entertained it, if they've gone on a month or two and they may feel that they wished they had taken that original offer. So you might be able to come in with an offer which is very close to what they had originally, and by then they're probably already motivated to accept your offer.
Right. Okay. Right. And was there a third way? You said you'd asked them how long it's been on for. What was the third question? Yeah,
the other question that I normally ask is, how many viewings have they had carried out? So if it's been on the property, say 2 months, and they've had no viewings, then we know that it's not on at the right price. And if they've had 8 to 10 viewings, but they've had no offers, then we know that something's quite not right. Why are these people not putting in offers? Is it because it needs a lot of work doing to the property? Is there a kind of structural issues that you're not aware about? So there's always a reason for something, and so that's why I ask how many viewings have been carried out. And by that, once you know whether they've had 2 or 3 offers and they've been declined, then they're not going to entertain anything that you're going to come up with if you're thinking of putting in a low offer. So it may not be the one that's for you, But working with agents, I would consistently do in the region of 6 to 8 viewings every single week.
All right.
And if you do it consistently, and you do it in 1 month, that's 6 times 4. It's 24 viewings minimum that you're going to do in 1 month, and then if you've done 8, that's 32. Between 24 and 32 viewings, something is going to happen, and something is going to, you're going to get one. You'll only need one, and that one is the one that's going to get accepted. And if it doesn't happen in month 1, then you just keep at it and do it in month 2, same again in month 3. But most people have got full-time jobs, so their kind of thing is that, I haven't got time to do this, I've got a job, how do I do this? But they've got Saturday, they've got some people have got 1 day off during the week, they've got that day, and some people have got evenings, so we're only talking about 6 to 8 viewings a week, which can be done 1 a day. or spaced out and do 2 half days, of these viewings. But yeah, it's all about your time management, and it all boils down to what you want to achieve. And if you want it bad enough, if you want it badly, and you want it really, really badly, then you'll do anything it takes, whatever it takes to get it.
Yeah. No, I think you've given us some fantastic ideas there, and the fact that find time to do it. Just if it's one a day, if it's 2 days, you do 4 viewings or whatever. Just get in and do it, because a viewing really doesn't have to take much more than 20 minutes or so. Or how long's your average viewing now that you know what you're looking for?
I space my viewings about an hour apart.
Right.
And that gives me more than enough time. Just to give you an example, I mean, I was out there on Thursday in southwest London, and my car's in the garage. My BMW's in the garage because it's the turbo's gone on it. And I'm not going to look at getting that back for another few weeks. So a lot of hurdles, like how am I going to get to viewing, it can easily be overcome. It's just how you position yourself with the agent, and is it okay if you're speaking to the agent, is it okay if I meet you at the branch and we go along together? And that gives you an opportunity to build a relationship with the agent as well. And then your next viewing with another agent, is it okay if I meet you, rather than meet you at the property? You don't have to tell them your car's in the garage. Just say, look, is it okay if I meet you at the branch and we can go along together? And they say, yeah, no problem. And the other agent that I had a viewing with said, yeah, we can walk there, actually, it's so close to the branch. So these obstacles, and they can very easily be overcome,
Okay, all right, well, moving on to the next one, because I've got some more nuggets that I want to elicit from you.
All right.